Welcome to Beat the Bell. I'm your host, Dominique Broadway. And if you are listening to this, whether you're commuting to work, hitting the gym, or sipping that first, second, third, fourth cup of coffee, I want you to know something that you are already ahead of the game. All right, so shout out to you. So this week, we've got one of the most packed earnings weeks of the quarter looking at us. But here's what I really want to talk about first, because I know many of you are dealing with something way tougher than market volatility right now. So if you've been affected by layoffs or just watching friends and colleagues and navigate the job market uncertainty, then this episode is especially for you. Because here's the truth that 20 years in this industry has taught me the best investors are not the ones who never face adversity. They're the ones who refuse to let adversity derail their financial future. So let's do this. 15 minutes, your week ahead, your money, your future. Let's beat the bell together. Now, before we dive into earnings and economic data, I do want to address the elephant in the room. Layoffs have been making headlines and maybe they've already hit close to home for you. So here's what I want you to remember. And I'm speaking from experience, having lived through multiple recessions and market cycles and my own layoffs in my life. Your net worth is not your self worth. Whether you got a pink slip, if they're still called pink slips, last week, this week, or you're just worried you might be next, your value as a human being has absolutely nothing to do with your employment status. Nothing. But here's what does matter for your financial future. Three things. First, we have your emergency fund, okay? Emergency funds are not optional, they're essential. And if you still have income coming in, this is your wake up call. So even $25 a week into a high yield savings account is progress. That money is insurance for your peace of mind. Number two, diversification applies to your income as well, not just your portfolio. So this week, I want you to think about just one skill you have that could generate income outside of your primary job. Could you consult, freelance, teaching something online? The time to build that side door is before you need to walk through it. Number three, do not make permanent decisions based on temporary emotions. I have seen way too many people panic sell their portfolios after a job loss, locking in losses right before a major recovery in their portfolio. So, unless you need that money for immediate survival, please, y'all, let your investments work. Let them work. They're playing the long game, even when life is throwing you major curveballs. So if you're going through this right now, here is your mantra for the week. I am resourceful. I am resilient. And this is temporary. Okay? I'm going to say it again. I am resourceful. I am resilient. And this is temporary. Write it down. I mean it, y'all. I'm going to give you a second. Write it down. Okay. All right. Let's get into your week ahead, my resilient friend, because knowledge is power and you need both of them right now. So, this week, as I said, is absolutely stacked with earnings reports. We're talking household names, market movers, and companies that touch your life daily. So let me break down what matters and why you should care. So on Tuesday, November the 4th, this is election day, all right? But the market never sleeps. So we got Palantir Technologies reporting before the bell. This AI and data analytics company has been on a tear, you guys. So for you as an investor, AI isn't just a buzzword anymore, right? It's becoming infrastructure. So watch, their government contract commentary and commercial revenue growth. Then we have AMD, which is Advanced Micro Devices. I'll say dynamics after the close. So this is your bellwether for the semiconductor sector and AI chip demand. So from personal finance angle, if you own tech ETFs or retirement funds that are heavy in tech, then AMD's guidance actually matters to your portfolio. We also have Qualcomm that's reporting on Tuesday as well, and they're the backbone of smartphone connectivity in the emerging AI PC market. All right. Now, Wednesday is what we would call the heavyweight day. So this is when it gets really, really, really interesting. So we have CVS that's coming out before the opening bell, which is healthcare stocks, people with an aging population, and ongoing healthcare policy debate. So CVS gives us a really good insight into consumer health spending and pharmacy trends. So if you're thinking about healthcare sector exposure, you may want to pay attention to what they say. Then we have Novo Nordisk. All right. So this is the company behind Ozempic and Wegovy. Love them or hate them, I don't really care. But weight loss drugs are definitely reshaping healthcare spending and insurance dynamics. Then we have AppLovin, which happens after hours on Wednesday. So this mobile app technology company has been truly crushing it. So gaming and mobile advertising trends, we'll get that from them. On Thursday, we have Moderna before the opening bell. So biotech actually plays differently than tech. So if you're building a diversified portfolio, understanding where biotech innovation is heading actually matters. Then we have Qualcomm's full analysis, which will be digested by Thursday. So watch the sector like rotation patterns. On Friday, we have Expedia Group before the bell. So travel spending is actually a real-time economic indicator. So when people book vacations, they feel confident, right? When they don't, they're worried. This tells us about consumer confidence heading into the upcoming holiday season. So, what does all of this mean for your money? So, here's your action items. Don't just watch these earnings to see if stocks pop or drop. Ask yourself these questions. So, first, do I own any of these companies directly or through funds? So, check your 401k, your IRA, your personal brokerage account. You guys, you need to know what you own. Second is, what sector exposure am I getting? So we've got tech, healthcare, travel, and semiconductors all announcing this week. So that is true diversification at work, or a warning if you're too concentrated in one area. So, number three, what is the narrative? Are companies talking about strong consumer spending, or are they talking about people pulling back? Are they hiring, or are they cutting more jobs? So this tells you about the economic environment, and your paycheck exists in it, right? Now, I want you to remember, you don't need to trade on every earnings report, but you do need to stay informed about the companies and sectors that make up your financial future. Okay. Now, beyond earnings, we've got critical economic data dropping this week, hopefully, because the government is so close. But anyway, on election day, markets hate uncertainty, okay? So, regardless of your political views, understand that election results can trigger volatility. Don't panic, don't make emotional decisions, but just be aware of what's going on. We also have our factory orders data. So, manufacturing health tells us about business investment and economic momentum, all right? Then we have crude oil inventory. So, this gas price affects your budget. So, if you're watching your spending, energy costs matter, all right? Higher oil inventory usually means lower prices at the pump. Thursday, jobless claims. Now, this is the number to watch if you're worried about employment, all right? So, rising claims means that more people are filing for unemployment. So, given the layoff headlines, this data point has extra significance this week, okay? Then on Friday, we'll recap it all, and I'll be back Friday to break down what actually happened and what it means for next week, all right? So, your money action items this week. Number one, review your portfolio allocations. Don't just set it and forget it, right? Are you comfortable with your risk exposure right now? If not, make some adjustments. Number two, check your cash reserves. Seriously, how many months of expenses could you cover? Could you cover a day? Could you cover an hour? I saw someone say, it was like a joke on Instagram. It's like, if I lost my job right now, I could cover the next 20 minutes, right? And it's funny, but it's also very serious, right? So if your cash reserves is less than 3 months, let's make that a priority to build that up. Okay. Now, number three, don't try to time these earnings. Unless you are a super active trader with time and risk tolerance, resist the urge to buy or sell based on one earnings report. So I do that a lot with options trading, but I've also been in this like 20 plus years. So I tell the new members of my community, Listen, you don't need to trade earnings because they can be very, very risky. All right. So don't take the risk if you can't afford the risk. Number four, focus on dollar cost averaging. So market volatility is your friend. It is your best friend. If you're regularly investing, right? You're going to love it. You're buying more shares when prices are lower. That's what dollar cost averaging is. All right. Okay. So now it's time for this week's interactive challenge, and I'm calling it the Financial Health Check Challenge. So here's what I want you to do before our Friday episode. We are calling this the 3 document check. Number one, open your primary investment account if you have not already done so. Okay. So this could be your 401k, your IRA, or just a regular brokerage account, custodian account for kids, joint account, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. Number two, screenshot or write down your current allocation, right? You want to know what percentage is in stocks, what percentage is in bonds, what percentage is in cash. Okay. And then I want you to ask yourself, is this aligned with my goals and my timeline? Okay. That's it. Just 3 documents, 3 questions, 15 minutes max, probably less. Then, and this is where community comes in. I want to hear from you. Okay. So send me your questions. You can shoot me an email, drop them in the comment section if you're watching on YouTube, or text me at 202-217-1035, and I will answer your questions. Okay. And I want you to tell me what surprised you when you looked at your allocation. What questions came up that you might need answered? And then what is your biggest money concern right now? So text me or email me with the information. I read every single message, and I'm going to feature some listener questions in Friday's episode. So your question might be exactly what someone else needs to hear answered. And here's the truth. Financial literacy is built one question at a time. There is no, I repeat, no stupid questions here. Only opportunities to learn and grow. All right. So a bonus challenge, if you're feeling brave, share your biggest money lesson learned this year. Not your account balance, just the lesson. What did the market or life, because life has been lifing, teach you about money, right? So let's learn from each other, all right? So let's bring this home with your key takeaways for the week ahead. Takeaway one, job security might be uncertain, but financial discipline is always in your control. Build that emergency fund, diversify your income streams, stay invested in your future. Takeaway number two, this is a massive earnings week across multiple sectors. You don't need to trade on it, but you do need to understand what the companies you own are saying about the economy and their future. Number three, economic data this week, especially jobless claims, will give us a real-time insights into employment trends. Stay informed, not emotional. Okay. Now, number three, market volatility is noise. All right. Your financial plan is the signal. Don't let this short term chaos derail your long term strategy. Number five, community matters. So do the financial health check challenge. Send in your questions. We're building something here, a tribe of informed investors who support each other. Another resource is make sure you come to our cash flow code masterclass this week. It's absolutely free. I'll include the link in the show notes. And we're going to talk about how to decode your own cash flow and build up additional streams of income, starting with just $250. We're going to be diving into REITs, dividends, and all the things. So make sure you click the link, grab your spot, and join us. Okay. So whether this week brings portfolio gains or job challenges, or whether earnings surprise us or disappoint us, whether the market goes up or down, I want you to remember that you are still in control of your financial future, okay? Every dollar you save is a vote of confidence into yourself. Every investment you make is a bet on your tomorrow. And every episode that you listen to, that's you choosing to stay informed, stay engaged, and stay ahead of the game. So your homework before Friday, complete the financial health check challenge, watch those jobless claim numbers on Thursday, and send me your questions and money lessons to 202-217-1035. And remember, we beat the bell by staying disciplined, staying educated, and staying connected. to each other. Okay. So if you found value in today's episode, and I really hope that you did, take 10 seconds right now to hit the subscribe button, leave a rating, or share this with someone who needs to hear it. Maybe that's someone dealing with a layoff. Maybe it's someone who just started their investment journey. Your share might be exactly what changes their financial trajectory. I am rooting for you, and I'll see you Friday for the week in review. Until then, stay informed, stay invested, and let's beat the bell together.